Hello guys, and welcome to our third part video in my 2020 Java Mastery course. And today I'm going to start by comparing Java and JavaScript. I just want to lay a foundation on what we are learning, so that as we go through, you can have a confusion of what you are learning. It's good. I know for many of the Java courses, you can find out, you can do, no one is going to explain you that. It's just a something that comes in my mind that I should give a comparison. When you talk about JavaScript, when you talk about Java, you should understand why they are totally different. So guys, I have my two IDEs here. I have IntelliJ IDE, which I use to write Java, and I have another IDE here. I have WebStorm, which I use to write JavaScript. I'm not going to use WebStorm. I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. Is a popular JavaScript text editor used by many developers. So I'm going to do a little comparison and give you a whole understanding why I'm saying Java and JavaScript are totally different. So don't just be confused with those kind of code. Such a project I was up to, and I'm not going to use those things to do our comparison. I'm going to create a new file, which I'm going to say js.js. I don't know if it works. Yeah, it's js.js. So JS is an extension name of JavaScript. So I'm going to delete. I'm using a version control here, so I don't need to add it to my GitHub. So here is my Java IDE, which I use to write Java, and in it's called IntelliJ. I hope you are able to see each and everything I'm writing here. Let me try to zoom on my JavaScript IDE so that you can see what I'm talking about. So the thing here, we are comparing two languages, JavaScript and Java. So here we have our file that we are going to write JavaScript here, and here we should create our file that we are going to write a Java. So here in JavaScript, let's just name it as a meaning, something that is a meaning. So let's just name it main.js. Just click enter, and then let's just create our class here, our Java file. This is a Java class. Yes, Java class. Then let's just call it main class. Then enter. Let's wait for the IDE to create. So I hope we are able to see. Let me just set up my text to a better font so that everyone can see what we are doing here. So let me just work on my editor font. So let me just put 23. I think it's a reasonable text size. Yeah, okay, so I hope everyone is able to see what I'm writing here. So here is our Java class, and this is a main class. When you see here, I've created a JavaScript file, and I don't have a code that comes inside like this Java. So Java is a static type language, and JavaScript is a dynamic type language. What does that mean? I don't want to take some complications about static type language, or to take more complications about dynamic type language. But what I want you to understand is Java is a static type language. It has rules. Java works with a certain code that needed to be inside your Java class each and every single class of Java you do, it should have a one what we call a main method. What is a main method? A main method allows us to print out our Java, and it makes our Java class or file to be visible to a compiler, so that it outputs the code written inside. So here, if we want to print out a hello world, we want to write a hello world application in Java, we just write system dot out dot print ln, then we put a bracket, then we put double quotes here and write hello world. But you can see here we have a red our print line is highlighted in red, and if we just hover on it, it retains a result cannot resolve a simple print line. But is it sure? No, because on Java, that's only the one method we use to print out text. Okay, so as a static type language, we should have something that tells Java this is code to output. Here you can see, if I write a statement like private final string. Okay, it's final, should not be capitalized. Private final string. Let's just write name is equals to automate. Okay, let's write something meaningful. Is equals to static type. You can see I can't find error, which means inside the class we can have what we call definers. What are the definers? The sum of, it's like a part of code that is going to be used in Java main class. That's what we call definers. I'm trying to explain it in my own way that you can understand. So we are not able to print out in Java, so let's try to print out a hello world in JavaScript and see what is the difference between Java and JavaScript. Here, when we come in JavaScript, what we need to print out, the statement we use or the function we use to print out our hello world application, we just write console.log. Then we can put a single quote or a double quote. It's another difference which is in Java and JavaScript. Then we can write our hello world. So in JavaScript, you can output your code inside the browser, or you can output your code using Node.js. So I'm going to show you all of the things. So let's just create a new file here. New file, and we want to call it index.html. Enter. And then here I'm just going to put an HTML boilerplate. I just want to reference my script, my main JS in HTML. So what I'm going to put is a script tag here, script, then source. Then I'm going to write main.js, and you see it recognizes the file of our JavaScript we have written. And if we save our console.log, then here we come and run our HTML. I'm using a plugin called Livesaver to run my HTML from VS Code. When I just open it, Let's wait for it to open. We can see here we can't find our hello world we have written in Java. So we have what we call Chrome developers or Chrome developers tools, which is a console we use to see our JavaScript or our web backend language result. So when you press Shift Alt Shift F, it's Alt Shift I, or if you click on F12, that is a simple command to do. Use F12. You can see here we came with these developers tools. Let me try to zoom in so that you can get what I'm trying to say. We have these developers tool here, and you can see we have many things here. So if we come to console, we can find out we have our hello world we just printed. Let's try to change here. Say hello Java learners race. Sorry. Okay, so when we come here, the browser is reloading, and you can see here we have our result. Hello Java learner, and it's telling us that the file that gives the output is main.js, and that's the file we created in our text editor. And you can see our console.log hello Java learners is in console, or we can use Node.js. You need to have installed Node.js the same we did with Java. That's the one thing we can do with Node.js. We can write node main, then click enter, and we get this on terminal. So that's the very biggest difference between Java and JavaScript. The dynamic type language, we don't have some hassles, or we don't have a certain main code that needed so that we can output our code. So here in Java, we have what we call a main method that contains arguments, so that we can be we will be able to start writing or to start outputting Java. So what we need here to do is to write another inbuilt method, what we call a main method. So when we just write public main, it's like public void main. I've left one word towards first public static void main, then we open a bracket, then we write string, then we open an array, then we write args here, then we just open this curly brace, and let's try to write our system.out print and see if we are going to get an error. So if we write system, you can see now it is showing us a system is a inbuilt class of Java language. So now you can see that it is a recognized Java code, or a Java built-in boilerplate, because we have put here our main method of Java. It's something that needed to be in Java code to be able to output. So let's continue writing system.out.print. Okay, sorry, I put a comma. .print line. You can see print line is already output itself. So when we just write here hello world, and let's try to run, you can click on this green button. That's why I love IntelliJ. Let's click run main. and see what is going to come out. Let's wait for our Java application to finish build. Hello world, and we just printed our hello world in Java. So what we've learned is Java and JavaScript, there is a different. Our first difference with Java and JavaScript, Java has certain values that it needs to output code. So you can't output Java code without a main method. Each and every Java class you are going to create, you should have at least one main method, so that you will be able to output your code. Or you can create a class that you are going to import or export to the main class like this one, so that you can use it. Sometimes we do it to just make our code clean, to arrange our code in a better way. So the second thing you should understand is a different in Java and JavaScript. When we declare variables in JavaScript, we don't need to specify in each and every dynamic language. When you go to Python, that's the same. In Python, you just write name is equal to Tinashe and so forth. But in JavaScript, we have a keyword we use to declare variable. We have two keywords, const and let keyword. Const enables us to create a constant variable, a variable that might not be changed. But it's not what we are talking about. Each and every programming language is a constant variable, is its own way to create a constant variable. So what I want to give here is as a comparison, it's how we declare variables in Java and in JavaScript. So when we write let name here, I can put my name here. Let me put it in single quote. Then this is my name. When I just write my console.log, yeah, and I just put my name. Then I save. I can run node main, and I can get the output of my name. Let's go back to Java and see if it works the way we write on Java in JavaScript. So let's go back to Java and let's come into our main method. This is where we write all our code. We can't write any code out of our main method until it's a code we are using to import or from other classes or from XML files. Without that, each and every code we write for Java comes inside the main method class. So let's write here let name is equals to Tinashe. You can see here we have errors. When we click on this little group, convert to a literal string. Let's try to convert to literal string. Yes, our name we have declared is converted to literal string. This is how we write strings in Java. Strings in Java, they can be in only double quotes. In JavaScript, you can see my name is string, but I can put it in double quotes or in a single quote, and there is no error I can find out. That is the difference between a static type language and a dynamic type language. So here we can see that let cannot resolve symbol. It's an unknown symbol in Java, and we don't know what it works, and it's a useless symbol. So to declare a name in Java, we should write a string because we want to put a string character. So we should write keyword string so that we can declare our name. But you can see here we still have error. There is an expected thing. We should put a closing tag to terminate our variable, so that here we finish to name our variable and then we terminate. So you can see here in JavaScript we don't need to terminate. You can terminate if you want, you can't terminate if you don't want. It's up to you. That's the difference between Java and JavaScript. Okay, you can see now if you just write name here, you are able to print out your string variable, and this is our string. So the difference between Java and JavaScript is Java is a static type language. Also, Java specifies, Java need to know the data type you are using to name your variable. Is it an integer? Is it a double? Is it a float? Is it a character? Is it a string? So you need to specify, you need to use the Java syntax to write code. Also, you can only write or you can only output Java code when you have, if you have this static method class, or this static method function. Without that function, you cannot be able to write this output statement, because it cannot be a recognized statement. It's not a known thing if there is no this main class. So this is the difference between a static type language and a dynamic type. A dynamic type language, it doesn't case, and there is no anything needed so that you can start to write JavaScript. And you can see JavaScript, you can output it in browser, you can output it in console. Only Java, you can output it in console. When you are outputting Java in browser, which means you are using a framework or something that is able to connect Java with the browser. So thank you guys for being the part of this little video. Let's meet on the next lecture where we start to write our Java code. I just wanted it to be clear to you what is Java and what is JavaScript, so you can see that they are totally different languages. You can't compare, and they are totally different languages that does different things. They can build web applications, they can build mobile application, but the way to write is totally different. So thank you guys for being the part. See you in the next video.